Welcome to the 12 Houses, Episode 2, your 10th house, career, reputation, and the work your name is trusted for. We'll translate the midheaven into plain steps. The sign on your MC sets the public tone. The ruler of that sign shows how you climb and where to invest effort, and planets near the MC act like headliners you cannot ignore. We'll look at calling when it's new, when it's crowded, and when it needs a rebrand, you'll learn how transits to the MC open doors, how Saturn tests your scaffolding, how Jupiter widens your audience, and how to pivot without burning good bridges. We'll end with a cadence you can use now, quarterly milestones, weekly proof, and one sentence about your value that a stranger understands on the first listen. Start by picturing the wheel of your chart as a home with 4 load-bearing corners. First house, 4th house, 7th house, 10th house. The 10th sits at the very top, the midheaven region, like a signboard that tells the neighborhood what this building is for. The sign on that cusp colors your public tone. A 10th house Aries aims for decisive leadership and visible initiative. They're judged by whether they move the ball. Taurus asks for reliability in craft. It's judged by durability and the quality of experience. Gemini invites communication, connection, translation. It's judged by responsiveness and clarity. Cancer offers care and stewardship. It's judged by protection and belonging. Leo broadcasts heart and creative courage. It's judged by radiance and generosity. Virgo offers service and refinement. It's judged by usefulness and clean process. Libra offers diplomacy and design. It's judged by fairness and harmony. Scorpio offers depth and transformation. It's judged by discretion and real change. Sagittarius offers vision and breadth. It's judged by wisdom and reach. Capricorn offers structure and proof. It's judged by receipts and longevity. Aquarius offers innovation and community scale. It's judged by future value and integrity. Pisces offers meaning and compassion. It's judged by resonance and the way people feel held. None of these are better. They're different ways to mean it in public. If your 10th has felt like a costume, you've probably been acting in a sign that isn't on that door. The planet that rules your 10th house sign functions like a superintendent for the building. If your midheaven is in Libra, Venus becomes the career steward. Wherever Venus lives by house shows where your reputation is nourished and negotiated, Venus in the 5th. Your public calling is fed by creative play, performance, aesthetic bravery. When you neglect that studio, your brand dries out, Venus in the 6th. Your public name is built on service, polish, and consistent delivery. When you honor routines, the world trusts you. A 10th in Aries makes Mars your superintendent. Where Mars lives is where decisions get made and momentum originates. A 10th in Capricorn makes Saturn steward. Where Saturn sits is where standards are forged and authority is earned. Follow the ruler like a wire through the walls. It tells you where behind-the-scenes effort translates into visible results. Planets parked in the 10th bring their voices to your headline. Sun in the 10th shines. People notice your leadership whether you wanted the spotlight or not. The task is to align visibility with service, so attention becomes fuel, not pressure. Moon in the 10th makes your public life responsive. Your reputation rides emotional climates and care work. Learn to regulate in public and choose rest before your name gets brittle. Mercury in the 10th makes your words the product. Communication is not a side dish. It is the kitchen. So you invest in formats, writing rhythms, in rooms where thinking is audible. Venus in the 10th sweetens deliverables, culture, and customer experience. You will be known for taste, fairness, and the way you make necessary things. Kind Mars in the 10th is throughput. You move projects across finish lines and defend scopes early. Your reputation rises on clean action and warm boundaries. Jupiter in the 10th expands reach. You are a teacher and door opener. Guard against bloat by practicing generosity in one lane. On schedule, Saturn in the 10th anchors legitimacy. Hard work accrues into authority that doesn't require spectacle. Your receipts speak. Uranus in the 10th innovates. You update industries. You refuse stale rules. Feed novelty in small regular doses so you won't need to blow things up. Neptune in the 10th spiritualizes or aestheticizes work, meaning vision and compassion become brand and burden. Use containers so wonder doesn't dissolve your calendar. Pluto in the 10th concentrates power. You're trusted with reforms, crises, and depth work. Practice early honesty so transformation doesn't have to be dramatic. None of that matters without the axis under your feet. The 4th house, home, roots, private life, sits opposite the 10th like a foundation under the rooftop. The public, you cannot stay upright if the private you is collapsing. Every 10th house question has a 4th house counterpart. How do I stay visible without burning out? Where do I recover my face when public work distorts it? What do I refuse to trade for applause? If your 10th feels relentless, your 4th needs a ritual that the public cannot negotiate away. The lamp you turn on at 9 p.m., the meal at your own table twice a week, the nap that is policy rather than indulgence. Paradoxically, protecting the 4th is a career move. People trust leaders whose lives are not hollowed by performance. Let's talk reputation because that word is beginning to mean something again. Reputation is not clout. It's the pattern other people can safely predict from you. It's the artifact of promises kept and standards held. You shape it by cadence and by the way you end things. Publish on Tuesdays for a year, and your reputation shows up when she says. Close out projects with tidy handoffs, and your name becomes clean exits. Apologize real when you miss and repair in public, and your name becomes we can trust the process even when humans happen. People obsess about logos and overlook the reputation that could be built with one boring sentence. Here's what happens next and when. If you want your 10th house to grow, give it a cadence that your nervous system can keep even during winter. Career is broader than job title. The 10th describes vocation, the work your life keeps asking you to do even when no one is assigning it. Sometimes your job and vocation match. Sometimes your job funds your vocation. The 10th doesn't panic either way. It asks, how do I bring dignity to what's on my desk? And how do I move 1 inch weekly toward the work that feels like a covenant? That inch might be a newsletter sent to 12 people, a portfolio piece you make without permission, an outreach email you were afraid to send, a certification module completed, a speech practiced into your phone, a prototype you show to 3 humans. A 10th house life is built from still boring small moves that add up to visible edges. The mixed messages we carry about success can poison this room. Maybe you inherited a story that says public ambition is ego. Maybe you learned that sacrificing your body for the mission is noble. Maybe you think you must be discovered or that good work speaks for itself. The 10th answers with craft and scale. Good work speaks for itself when you give it a microphone and a schedule. Visibility is not ego when it serves people, credits collaborators, and tells the truth about limits. Nobility is not self-erasure. It's integrity. You can lead with a spine and a soft voice. You can say no to fame patterns that would distort your center. The 10th house matures when you decide what you won't trade to be seen. Leadership lives here, not authority as posture, but stewardship as practice. A 10th house leader defines reality, offers a plan, assigns ownership, sets a finish line, and makes the room safer while telling hard truths. They write "done" on the wall where everyone can see it. They handle heat so teams can do work. They admit what they don't know, and they don't outsource morale to inspiration. They build it with boring consistency and visible care. If you want to grow your 10th without waiting for a promotion, lead from where you are. Start meetings on time, end them on time, summarize decisions, name owners, put dates on the board, model repair, call credit by name, and treat administrative kindness as strategy. Culture is your product, even when your product is code or care or concrete. Metrics belong here, but they don't get to be gods. Track what proves the work is working. outcomes, not illusions. A viewer count is not impact if your goal is behavior change. A revenue spike is not health if margins are bleeding and people quit. A follower number is not trust if your emails never get answered. Choose 3 measures that match your calling and put them on a dashboard you actually look at. Let the dashboard be a mirror, not a judge. If you miss, adjust calmly, prune scope, raise quality, change cadence, ask for help, or redesign the promise so it's true. 10th house shame, I should already be there, is a liar. 10th house maturity says, here's where we are, here's what we'll try for 12 weeks, here's the point where we reevaluate. The 10th is also the room of endings, and people forget how public endings shape private futures. Exits are part of reputation. Leave roles cleanly, document handoffs, say the true thank you. Don't Saul Earth, you might need to walk later and refuse to ghost. You can be honest about harm without theatrics. You can be generous about praise without fiction. A graceful 10th house ending is compound interest. You benefit from it years later when the world decides who to trust. Let's ground this in human rooms. A chef with Cancer on the 10th kept chasing trendy dining rooms and burning out. Her rooftop wanted to feed belonging, not compete in spectacle. She opened a supper club with simple, seasonal menus, told the stories of the farmers on little cards, paid staff above average, and closed 2 weeks every winter. Her reputation became care that tastes like home, and a waitlist appeared without a PR firm. A trial lawyer with Scorpio on the 10th kept trying to be a TV version of success and felt fake when he pivoted to complex cases for vulnerable clients, invested in witness preparation and trauma-informed practice, and stopped grandstanding. Judges and juries started trusting him. His rooftop asked for power used as protection. A software lead with Aquarius on the 10th kept being hired to polish legacy products and dying inside. He asked for one innovation budget line per quarter, built tiny internal tools that saved everyone time, and documented them so others could build too. Recruiting now calls him when they want the future to arrive, without breaking the present. The door sign matters. Now the delicate part, visibility and nervous systems. Public work is arousing. It lights up vigilance. If you've been waiting to feel calm before you ship, you will never ship. Instead, you build a pre- and post-game ritual. Before you release, name the purpose in one line, breathe into the back of your ribs, touch the floor with your feet, decide what feedback you'll accept today and what bucket you'll sort the rest into tomorrow, then press publish. After you release, walk, drink water, compliment someone on your team. Don't read comments alone. Close the loop with one tidy follow-up. Then touch your 4th house. Candle, kitchen, call a friend, put your phone in a drawer. You're training your body to survive being seen, so your calling isn't held hostage by adrenaline. Power dynamics live here. The 10th can tempt people into control when they're scared. Pluto in the 10th is honest power when mature and manipulation when frightened. Saturn here can be wise boundary and also punitive perfectionism. Mars here can be decisive and also domineering. The repair is humility paired with standards. Put decisions in writing. Put standards in writing. Invite critique at the right times. Let other people be brilliant in their lanes. Take responsibility quickly when you are wrong. Fire cruelty, not imperfection. Your public house gets quieter when you stop performing invincibility and start performing accountability. Transits through the 10th feel like weather at the top of your life. Jupiter's visit enlarges your stage. Say yes more often in one chosen lane and show up weekly. But guard against overcommitting. Saturn's visit hands you a blueprint and a building inspector. And this is not punishment. It's a chance to earn authority that will outlast the cycle. Do the work on time and don't move goalposts on your team. Uranus brings updates. Change rules before lightning does. Invent small, reversible experiments so liberation doesn't require catastrophe. Neptune brings fog and music. Double your craft and get clearer than ever about your promise. Let wonder into your brand without promising what you can't deliver. Pluto brings a renovation, endings that compost into credibility. Say the truth early, shrink the theater, let what's dead be dead so power can come back clean. You don't have to know exact dates to feel the flavor. Match the scale of your action to the scale of the sky, and the rooftop will hold. There is a tenderness to career people don't confess, the fear of being ordinary and the fear of being seen. The 10th house lets you be excellent at human size. Excellence is not busyness or polish. It's contact with purpose and fidelity to practice. You will not be for everyone. You are not supposed to be. You're building a house for the people who flourish in your rooms. If you choose them and serve them, the rest will find other roofs, and that is good news. The 10th is not a popularity contest. It's a matchmaker between your calling and the people who need it. Give yourself a tactile weekly ritual for this room. On Sunday or Monday morning, write one sentence that defines the week's public promise. Identify one deliverable that, if completed, would make the week count even if everything else slid. Choose a visible act of generosity in your lane. Teach, share, help, amplify. Protect one 4th house ritual in ink. Put your hands on one tool that improves quality by 1%. Decide in advance how you'll measure success Friday afternoon when Friday comes. Tell the truth about what happened. Celebrate a real win, however small. Publish a thank you and close the week on purpose. That simple choreography builds a rooftop you can live under for years without resenting the weather. If you're between careers or titles right now, your 10th hasn't vanished. It's being redecorated. Use the intermission. Archive old work with love so you stop tripping over it. Inform your network that you're open with specificity. Build a small, delightful project that proves your taste and competence. Take 3 meetings you didn't earn yet and offer value anyway. Replace shame with curiosity and schedule it. 1 hour a day, you act like the person who already belongs on the roof you want. Callings rarely arrive by invitation. They arrive because you set the table and the right guest decided to stay. Parents ask where caregiving fits. It fits here and in the 4th and 6th. If you're raising humans, your 10th is stewardship and example. The roof you build is the weather they grow under. They are learning cadence from your calendar, boundaries from your no, repair from your apologies, and dignity from your standards. Don't strive to be perfect. Strive to be coherent. A coherent 10th protects little nervous systems and, ironically, makes your paid work stronger because it's being modeled to someone who believes you. One more nuance. Your 10th house story is not static. Progressions and seasons shift tone. At some point, your public voice softens or sharpens or quiets or sings, let it. Careers have chapters because humans have chapters. You don't owe your 25-year-old self a museum. You owe your 45-year-old self a room with light. If the sign on your 10th wants more meaning now, give it. If it wants less noise and more integrity, give it. If it wants to scale, add beams before banners. If it wants to downshift, choose quality over quantity and make the boutique version of your calling. A rooftop that changes with the season is not a failure. It's architecture that understands weather. Hold all of this lightly and practically. Picture your rooftop right now. Is there clutter that isn't your work anymore? Move it. Is there a promise written too vaguely? Rewrite it in one line a client or audience could repeat. Is there a cadence your body could keep? Choose it. Is there a boundary you're avoiding because you're afraid it will cost you favor? Write the kind sentence and say it this week. Is there a collaborator who deserves public thanks? Offer it. Is there an ending you keep postponing that would free energy for the real thing? End it with grace and documentation. Give the 10th the gift it always returns. Decisions made at the right altitude. That's your 10th house tune-up. Clear tone, honest scaffolding, and a move you can make this month. If this helped your career feel less like a test and more like a craft you can grow into, come play where you can put your hands on simple tools. Visit mysticbolt.com and wander the free apps that pair beautifully with 10th house work. Pull a spread in Tarot Studio when you need a mirror for this week's public promise. Try the Rider-Waite Tarot app for a quick nudge before you choose the single deliverable that would make the week count. Take a free tarot reading to set a monthly theme that keeps your calling honest. Tune your focus with chakra frequencies when your brain needs a channel that isn't force. And when the rooftop lights feel a little too bright, wind down with the pranayama flow breath timer so your 4th house is fed and you can show up tomorrow with a steady voice. Before you go, tell me one small 10th house act you'll do this week. A promise you'll write, a cadence you'll keep, a boundary you'll deliver, a thank you you'll publish. Your calling doesn't need fireworks. It needs a rooftop you maintain with quiet pride until the skyline begins to include your shape.